You're listening to WCHS Wall Township Channel 63.
And this is CHS Cinema, Best of 2016 edition. I'm Vaughn.
Oh, I'm Kieran.
I'm Logan.
My name's Ryan.
And I'm Dane.
And we are going to talk about the best of 2016 and 2016 in general, how it was just for film.
First of all, I hope you guys had a very happy new year, because right now we're recording this second week of January. It's been going pretty good so far.
Yeah,
and
pretty big break.
We have a lot of movies to look forward to, but today we're going to be talking about the past.
Yeah. Oh, just saying, quick recent movie stuff. Rogue One came out.
It did.
Thoughts for the people who saw it?
I saw it. I thought it was okay.
Okay.
I loved it.
I thought it was good.
All right. I loved the ending. First 30 minutes were
The ending broke me.
Yeah, the ending. There's one scene. It's absolutely phenomenal, and you haven't seen it.
You'll know.
I'm
You'll
the
know
only
if you
one
see
here
the-
who didn't have the time to see it.
Oh, Dane, no.
No.
All right, Dane.
Okay,
Well, you better
that's
rent it on
depressing.
Blu-ray or something like that when it
Well,
comes
yeah.
out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you really have to see it in theaters.
Yeah, you can honestly not watch the movie at all.
You don't
mean,
have to, but I think
It's a good movie.
I think you should.
I recommend it.
There's some aspects of the movie that kind of clear up parts of New Hope. And kind of
Yeah.
like alters those scenes a little bit, makes it a little more interesting.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty.
Although, as a standalone movie, it's not the best. I think you have to not just be not be a Star Wars fan, but you have to have
Yeah,
at
you have
least
to have
seen
knowledge of
or
the
have
Star
knowledge
Wars
of
universe.
Star Wars in order to get it. And if you don't, then you can still watch it, but it won't be as good.
yeah.
Yeah, it won't be as enjoyable.
I think for me, my biggest thing was the characters, and I actually think the plot was kind of interesting. It's just I didn't have an emotional attachment to any of the characters, and I really wasn't a fan of the leads.
I thought the characters were great. I loved the droid. He was my favorite.
Oh yeah, I really did enjoy him. I don't know. I guess I really want to see what happens to Rey, Finn, and Poe, and Kylo
Yeah,
Ren, and the new
True.
ones.
Easily.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I never really cared about. I didn't even remember most of the names of most of the Rogue One characters, other than the main character.
Yeah,
Jenner.
Yeah.
I feel like some of the characters, they didn't really have much of an arc throughout the storyline, but I don't think they really needed much of an arc for what they were trying to accomplish, but they did have their little moments with the final battle scenes and everything, where you did see some sort of change from the beginning all the way up to the end, and yes, of course, Jyn Erso, she had some sort of change going on. She was still kind of the same character going on throughout, but she definitely became at least a more, caring human being.
I am one with the Force, and the Force is one with me.
I'm with the Force, what's with me?
Anyway, so let's move on to, I guess, our main topic. So 2016, big year for movies. A ton of huge ones came out, but we're just going to be talking about the best and our favorite, or everyone's favorite movie of 2016.
I guess my favorite would have to be 10 Cloverfield Lane. I didn't see many, actually. It's a tie between 10 Cloverfield Lane and Deadpool. I haven't seen many movies in 2016, but those are the two main ones that I've seen.
Fair enough.
And I like both of them equally, for different reasons, of course. But I've seen Deadpool more recently, so I remember more about Deadpool. I just thought it was really funny. Everyone loves it, pretty much, who has seen it. It's just not something that you'd expect from a Marvel movie.
Oh yeah, totally.
Technically, it's Fox, but
It kind of set the standard now for rated R comic book movies, because typically rated R movies, they don't compete and perform as well as PG-13 or PG movies in the box office. But Deadpool kind of proved a lot of people wrong, and it kind of showed that the kind of stereotype that they cannot be as good because of excessive language, everything like that. It kind of blew that out of the water. It blew away our expectations.
It wasn't exactly. I don't really think it was as much that it wouldn't be as good because it's rated R. It's more that a lot of companies want to make a lower rating so that they can have
more people can see it.
More people see it, they get more money in, but Deadpool still performed excellent.
Honestly, though, this is odd, but I actually do think Deadpool is it was actually a little bit more tame than I thought. I guess compared to some already movies, it's a hard movie. There's a lot of A lot of the blood, the violence, the sex.
The blood, the
but,
violence.
But it's, I mean, there are definitely worse movies. It's not like if you're expecting like the worst, most hardcore movie ever, you're not gonna get it though. It's definitely very bad compared to other superhero movies.
I feel like it just kind of got its rating for really language, and it had some blood.
Yeah.
But,
And can I say something about the movie itself real quick?
Yeah.
take it away.
I just didn't. I know it's a Deadpool movie, so there were a lot of silly things. I loved that, but I mean, there was also that whole love story background.
Oh, I so agree
with
with you,
his
Dane.
girlfriend, and that was, I don't know. There was, it's good to have a balance between serious and funny, but I think there was a little bit too much serious for a Deadpool movie. It's Deadpool.
For me, I think Deadpool was, I think it had a really good script, and the script was really good, especially during all the modern scenes. For me, my biggest issues were the love story subplot. There were really only 2 action scenes. There was a third one, but it wasn't like a Deadpool action scene. It was just kind of a generic one. And my thing is, like, while the script was really good, it had fairly bland direction, and it was just, like, the color, for me, the color grading, it felt a little washed out. Like, I know these are just small things, but, like, it felt like all the effort was put into the script, and I think a little bit more could have been put in the direction.
They definitely could have improved in those aspects, really.
Yeah. Anybody else see 10 Cloverfield Lane other than Kieran and I? Because I also really like that movie.
Unfortunately not.
It came out I think early March.
Yeah.
And I really liked it because, you know, it was the first movie that I had seen in the year. I saw it with all my friends. We weren't really expecting much, and I hadn't seen the first Cloverfield movie, so I wouldn't really know what to expect. And I thought it was really good. I thought John Goodman had a really good performance in there. I thought the lead was really good. The lead, she was in Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
She was actually smart, though. Like, she wasn't like your generic, like, oh, I don't know what to do, and I'm going to run under the car when I really shouldn't, kind of. Like, she was very thoughtful, and it was very interesting seeing one who actually makes smart decisions in a, like, semi-horror, in a thriller movie.
Oh, I'm sorry to take us a little bit off track here, but what you just said reminds me of a movie. It didn't come out this year, but it's a movie where the female protagonist is a lot smarter than you would think. It's called You're Next. It's a horror movie where the female, like, she doesn't just stumble and fall over and all that.
That's good.
I thought you were going to say A Doll's House.
That
Anyway,
was the 70s.
Now, for me, I guess my favorite, well, I actually would have a top 5. Well, I'll just briefly go. 5 is 10 Cloverfield Lane. Really enjoyed it. 4, oh my god, I forgot. 3 was Hacksaw Ridge. I really liked that.
Okay.
Number 2 was Zootopia. I thought that was a very, very good animated movie. And I was not a fan of Frozen or Big Hero 6, and I thought it was very smart. I just think it had a lot of really, there was a lot of really clever stuff. Like, it had references to Breaking Bad and The Godfather, which I was really surprised to see. The writing was really interesting. I mean, the theme, it's a basic theme, but it's pretty relevant, and for a kids movie, like, it's something that you don't see a ton.
Yeah.
It wasn't perfect, but I think it was surprisingly good.
Yeah, it was an allegory too, which is always good in kids movies because the kids don't necessarily see that. Not to say that I'm not a kid necessarily, but it's cool to be able to pick apart the movie objectively like that and actually see some of the stuff that's going on behind it.
Anyways, Vaughn, what was your number 1 movie of 2016?
Number 1 movie of 2016 was La La Land. I love this movie so much. Now, I'm sure not everyone or not all the viewers or listeners have heard about this movie, but it's directed by Damien Chazelle, the person who made Whiplash, which I've said in a previous episode was one of my favorite
J.K.
films.
Simmons is in it.
Yeah, the
too.
2010s. But this is a romantic musical, which I don't like musicals. I'm not a huge fan of romance films, and I love this movie.
Oh, no.
I just think it was the direction I think was fantastic. There were certain songs that were done completely in one take, like 4-minute songs with tons of actors. It was extremely impressive. I think the framing was really good, and the use of color was it was very vibrant, and it looked very pretty throughout. And I actually did care about the story a lot more than I expected. I expected it to be like an okay story, but with really good songs and stuff. But I was actually really caring for where the characters would go. And I'm not going to spoil it, but the ending's the best part. I've
wanted to see that for a very long time.
I think you should see it.
I never even heard of it before the Golden Globe.
Come on.
Yeah. I mean, but it won 7.
I heard of it when I watched Vaughn's review of it on his
Yay.
YouTube channel.
Go to VB the Truth Seeker.
Shameless plug-in.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, anyone else?
I also saw Finding Dory. I
that
thought
was
Finding
pretty good.
Dory was okay.
I forgot about that one.
I saw a horror movie which I really liked.
Lights Out.
Lights Out.
Yeah.
I really liked that one. I liked what they did with the sort of monster, if you can call it that.
Yeah.
And I also like how it spawned off of a YouTube video.
Yeah, the
pretty
movie
cool.
was based off of an independent film,
Oh,
which I
wow.
think really
I didn't
goes
know
to
that.
show how the industry is changing.
Pretty clever.
Yeah.
So, Logan, what was your favorite film of 2016?
My favorite film of 2016 was probably Fantastic Beasts.
Ooh.
And where to find them.
Yeah, that's the. You know,
It's the same title.
yeah.
Um,
There. But yeah, I'm a big Harry Potter fan, along with animation stuff. But yeah, I'm a big Harry Potter fan, so I was like really excited for it, and it was fun watching him hunt down all the beasts instead of it being like focused on the magic. It's focused more on the creatures and like the other lore of the Harry Potter world.
there's something I respect in the movie, and I haven't seen it, but at least what I've seen in reviews and what people talked about it, they don't make a ton of ties to the original Harry Potter movie, which I really think they could have easily done that and to get people really hyped and stuff, but I think it was just a smart move to kind of only maybe briefly reference it. At least, would you say that's true, Logan? They don't
Yeah.
really reference the originals that much? I don't know, I think that's respectable. I mean, almost all the time whenever you have a reboot or a spin-off, like Rogue One, it's constantly tying back to the originals, and, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of things like that, especially in movies based on books, it's really good to take things in moderation and
Yeah.
not go too overboard.
Well, Dane, what would you say is your favorite film?
My favorite movie of 2016 is also Deadpool, just because
Nice.
I love that it was a raunchy comedy. It had a bunch of the different elements that you need combined. I mean, not not as good as some other movies when it comes to things like cinematography and color grading, like you said. But
Yeah.
it was a good movie overall.
You can definitely look past the direction. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to say that ruins the film.
I'd
Yeah.
say Ryan Reynolds made the film.
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
He was made for that role.
Yeah.
That's undeniable.
I don't know why, but I kind of think that the fact that the color grading isn't as like vibrant kind of adds to the movie.
I think that was kind of done because I mean that's kind of how recent Marvel movies are filmed, and I guess my issue with a little bit of Deadpool is that like my small issue is that it does this thing where it mentions the fact that it has a cliche or a flaw, but it doesn't subvert a trope or, you know, really do anything other than saying, well, this is a trope that exists. Like, I hope in the sequel, I mean, this was a great establishing thing, but I really hope in the sequel they try to go for something more interesting and, like, definitely a more interesting plot and try to do, like, they've established that Ryan Reynolds was funny. I just hope they go to different places in the sequel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
they got a new
things-
director. They have a lot
Yeah.
of potential to live up to.
Oh,
Yeah.
and Ryan, what about you?
Yes, my favorite movie of 2016. I'm surprised this one hasn't been mentioned at all in the show already, but I haven't seen a lot of movies in 2016, surprisingly, like less than I would have liked to, but the one that stood out to me out of them all was probably Disney's Moana, starring,
Ooh.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Well, not starring that other girl. And then,
Oh yeah, I just forgot her name. I just forgot her name.
Introducing her.
yeah, true.
But yeah, the girl who played Moana, I'm so sorry for forgetting her name, but she did fantastic. Her voice sounded very good, and Moana was a very three-dimensional character, I felt, when she was growing up on her island, when she went out on her quest, when she found everything. She had a very big arc throughout the story, and, a lot of people say, like, like, strong female characters is really meant to be in a movie. A lot of people look for that, and Moana definitely had it, if that's, like, a very important thing for you to know. But anyways, we're trying to look up the cast list anyways, but, it doesn't really matter. Moana.
I feel like we should include her name just to...
All right, how do
Yeah,
you pronounce
yeah.
her name? She's a very
Give her some
islandy
credit.
kind of person.
Auli Cravalho.
Well,
So,
did a good job.
since we all went over our favorite movies from this year, let's go over maybe not our least favorite, maybe just go over some movies that didn't meet your
Wait,
expectations.
should we...
Oh, I have a
Go
lot
through
of those.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, but real quick, we should do a PSA.
PSA.
All right, let's see. Never mind. On average, 7 people die in a house fire each day. Cooking equipment is most commonly the start of a house fire, and they are most likely to start in the kitchen. Make sure to always turn off your oven and stove when they are not in use. Also, never turn the oven on to warm up your house, and don't leave the kitchen when cooking is in action. Another leading cause to home fires is heat sources, such as a wood-burn fireplace. When not cleaned and treated properly, the results can be catastrophic. Every 1 in 310 households have witnessed a recorded house fire. Each year, house fires cause an estimated 3,000 deaths, 13,000 injuries, and over $7 billion in property damage. Never say it won't happen to me, because it can. Next thing you know, your house can be up in flames and you never would have expected it. Do not say never. Be prepared in case you are next. Come up with multiple plans with your family, possibly meeting locations, and always be prepared. Make sure the batteries and the smoke detectors are replaced every 6 months so that they can save you if need be. This message was brought to you from your friends at WCHS.
Okay, so we're back now. So we're gonna talk about either the worst film or just a disappointing film. Now, I'm gonna mention one. I didn't see it fully. I've only seen 20 minutes, but I've seen the trailers in 20 minutes. I already know it's an awful movie. And I usually don't do that, but it's Gods of Egypt. I think we can all agree that Gods of Egypt is probably going to be a bad movie.
Is
that fair?
Yeah, judging from the trailer alone.
Yeah.
That was the
seemed
one
like just
movie.
another
That was the one
Hollywood.
movie the internet actually agreed on. Everybody thought that movie was bad.
Yeah.
That and like 9 Lives. but
Kind of
that's
reminds me
kinda
of the movie Pompeii from a while back.
Yeah.
I hated that movie.
Yeah.
But some of you might like it, and that's
Yeah.
completely fine.
Now here's my controversial one. Suicide Squad. I did not enjoy that one at all.
I liked it. It did have its flaws, but I enjoyed it.
Suicide Squad.
Some kind of
Suicide Squad.
Squad.
Rest in peace, headphone users. Her name is Katana. You better watch out. She traps the souls of her enemies in her sword. Long story short, the reason why I didn't
Wonderful
like this movie,
exposition. So creative.
I think the problem with this movie was that it just was a very poorly made movie. I enjoyed it the first time I saw it, but I thought when I first saw it, I was like, oh, it's a mediocre movie. But for me, it's a movie that the more you analyze, the more the flaws you see. Like I watched like a 30-minute video on how awful the actual editing is, and like it just makes there a lot of really bad choices to me. And I think, at least in the direction, it comes off like there was this great review where like it comes off like a 40-year-old trying to impersonate a Hot Topic person. But yeah, I don't know, I wasn't a fan.
Yeah, like if you're a younger kid, like a younger person, and you're not really nitpicking or anything, or like picking out the technical flaws or the plot holes or anything, it does have a bit of an enjoyment
Some
factor
moments,
to it.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's move on to Kieran.
I didn't watch many movies this year, but I guess the worst would either be, I would say Finding Dory, but I actually kind of enjoyed it. And another one that I enjoyed, but I guess I have to say that it's my least favorite by default, is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
Oh yeah.
Did any of you watch that?
No, but I
I've
heard that
seen-
it met a lot of mixed reception.
I've seen parts of it.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like any other like family-ish sort of film. It's like made to be like a family film, but it's PG-13.
It felt like Harry Potter and Xavier School for
Yeah.
It's like-
It's basically a mix of those two.
Like when I heard the title, I immediately thought of X-Men.
and I like all the characters. All the characters are really interesting, and they do some things that you wouldn't really find in other movies that of that type that are like that aren't exactly kid friendly, but then they're actually kind of funny that they do that. But other people might not like that just because it's kind of gross. There are some gross things in there that
there's some
kids
gross
wouldn't like, but I thought it was funny just because they added it.
Yeah.
But then like there's the final act is supposed to be the best act of a movie, right?
yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh man,
It
jumped
was-
around.
It took such a different turn. Most of the movie was like really happy, sort of, and like uplifting, and sometimes dark. But then like after the dark part, it just gets like slapstick comedic in like some of the fight scenes that's in it, and I really didn't like that. So, but it's only that section. I think it's only like 20 minutes of the movie, and then the ending it's okay, but still, I guess I would have to say that that's my least favorite.
So Dane?
Mine was a movie that some people liked, but I don't think too many people did. Sausage Party.
A lot of people like that. That seems like a movie like a lot of people enjoyed it, but I do not want to see that at all.
I wish I hadn't seen it.
It looks so stupid.
It was, I think, the worst movie I've ever seen ever. Don't watch it.
Wait.
Don't watch Sausage
Garbage
Party.
Garbage Pail Kids.
It's worse than that.
I
Super
think.
Babies, Baby Geniuses.
I mean, I
too.
think-
I don't know.
I think like there are places where just by the trailers it succeeds on a basic level, where other movies like it's probably a bad movie, but like just not that bad.
Garbage Pail Kids gives me a creepy feeling, but Sausage Party just made me absolutely sick to my stomach.
So
I did not like it.
Were there any moments within the movie that made you at least chuckle?
Nope.
Really? Not at all.
None.
So-
Not a single. Sausage Party is such a bad movie.
Here we
I
go.
actually almost started crying when I was watching it.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow.
All right, Dane, did you enjoy the ending?
No.
Did you
That
like
was the only
not-
part of the
Calm
movie
down,
I've
dude.
ever
Not-
seen.
The ending was
like
like
the trailer when you saw it?
what?
Did you not like the trailer when you saw it?
I kind of liked the trailer. I'll be honest, but
Oh, I hated the trailer.
The ending to Sausage Party.
Don't
Was
describe
Don't
it.
spoil it.
Don't
I
no,
know.
just don't describe
It's
it
like,
for our sake.
It's like pouring a giant mound of crap on top of a dump.
Oh yeah, I know there's
that's
this
what
one
it
scene.
was.
It doesn't look like it's not like raunchy in a funny way. It just seems like raunchy because hey, let's be raunchy and like
It's just
ugh.
dumb. I mean, I think Seth Rogen and James Franco, I believe they're the guys who made it. I know Seth Rogen made it, but I'm not sure James Franco had a role. But I feel like it just started, they were super high, and they thought it would be funny to have a movie made entirely of food puns. And to some people that's enjoyable, and I get that, but I didn't like it. And I like some silly stuff I like some silly stuff every now and again, but that was just a terrible movie.
So Ryan,
I've been talking
Wait,
so
hold on,
long.
Dane.
so-
Did you count the food puns?
No, I didn't.
No.
But you can find plenty of YouTube videos
Yeah.
about that.
anyway,
okay.
so
All right. Anyways, as I've said before, didn't see too many movies in 2016, but of the movies I did see, I saw Central Intelligence with The Rock and Kevin Hart, which it's exactly what you expected it to be. It just had some funny moments, that Kevin Hart's short jokes as usual, and just his fast talking and his excessive swearing, and The Rock, strong man, beat people up, throw people through windows, that kind of thing. Yeah, and you really didn't know what was going on throughout the movie. There was like a lot of plot twists, like is he bad? Is he good? Is he bad? No, wait, he's good. No, wait, he's bad. No, he's dead. Oh, well, no, I don't think they did. I don't think they die. I can't remember really, because I just forgot everything.
That
I
speaks to
forgot
the quality of the movie.
everything about that movie.
Okay, don't go full Dane.
Calm down.
Yeah, I
So-
didn't hate it as much as Sausage Party from what I saw from that movie, but yeah.
Sausage
So,
Party.
Logan.
Okay.
Very
I'm
bad
surprised none of you have mentioned this, but Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I
haven't
didn't
seen it
see it
either.
either.
You haven't
you
seen
can,
it?
You can spoil it, I'm pretty sure, because do any of us care?
I mean, I've
Yeah.
seen the trailer, so I
I
know
know.
exactly what happened.
And if you haven't found out how it ends,
Wait,
by
no,
now,
don't tell him,
then-
don't tell him.
I'm not gonna tell.
Don't tell. All right.
But if you haven't, you're probably living under a rock.
Okay. Anyway, I just want to do one final little thing before we wrap up. I just want to say, what do we just generally think of 2016 in terms of movies in general?
I think
I thought it had a lot of potential, and I also think it's a pretty average year. I wouldn't say it's too good or too bad.
Yeah.
Dane.
I think 2016 had a lot of good movies, but it also had a lot of crap movies.
That's
And
every year, but
That's pretty much every year, but I mean, yeah, 2016 was known as a bad year to a lot, but not necessarily in the movie department.
Yeah.
For me, I think it was a pretty mediocre year for big budget movies. There were very few I enjoyed, but I do think a lot of the smaller indie ones and like the Oscar movies, I think those were really good. And I mean, Ryan and Logan, do you have anything else?
I pretty much
the
just
same.
I agree with what you guys said
Yeah.
completely.
So with that, I think we'll be wrapping up.
Yeah, we just have to do one more PSA.
Sweet.
This one's about drinking and driving.
Ooh.
Teen alcohol use kills 4,700 people each year. This number is more than all the deaths caused by illegal drugs combined. 1 in 10 teens in high school will drink and drive. Today, the leading cause of death for teens are car crashes. Roughly a quarter of these crashes involve an underage drinking driver. Not only does drinking and driving jeopardize lives, but it also affects the future of prospective teenagers. High school students who use alcohol or other substances are 5 times more likely to drop out of school, and kids who start drinking young are 7 times more likely to be in an alcohol-related crash. If you or a loved one suffer from a drinking problem, the MADD can be reached 24 hours at 877-MADD-HELP. Driving under the influence is a crime. This message has been brought to you by the CDC and your friends at WCHS Wall Township.
One final thing, we have a CHS Cinema YouTube channel, so if you can't find it on SoundCloud, you can also find it on YouTube. So with that, we'll be saying bye and see you later.
All right.
Peace.
All right,
Have a
thank
great
you
day,
so much
everybody.
for watching. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening.